Hello, my lovelies. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. I'm trying to figure out where to put this burning stick real quick because I was lighting a candle. And of course, now I don't know where to put the burning stick because I didn't think things through. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody is well and things aren't, aha, figured it out. Think things are well and everybody has had a good start to your week. I know that it's just been off. Has anybody else been kind of off this week though? Like Monday was a little weird. It wasn't bad. It was just a little weird. You know what I'm talking about? Hey Lydia, how are you? You know, it was the Monday was a good Monday, but it was a little stressful. Anybody else have a Monday like that? No? All right. So we're going to do as we do usually. We are going to pull your one card tarot readings. If you are wanting to get in queue, you want your cards pulled, make sure you say hello in chat and say, hey, I'd like a card. Hey, Angelina, how are you? Everything is well. Everything is well. It's a little weird this week. That's what I was just talking about. Things are a little weird. The energy's off. But it's okay. It's not bad. How about you? Absolutely, Angelina, you can be in queue. Since you two are first in chat, you get to decide what deck I can use tonight. So, out of the decks that I use, I have the Rider-Waite deck, I have the Muertes deck, I have the Dark Wood deck. Angelina, that is great news. That is great news. Lydia, what's wrong? Well, we'll talk about that later. You can talk to me and tell me what's going on after tarot. All right. But now don't worry. So which one would you guys like to use? Would you guys like me to use the Dark Wood, the Muertes deck, my Rider-Waite, or my Goddess deck, which we have not used that in a very long time. My Goddess deck is right here. So, you have no idea which deck. Let's see. You know what? Let me read from the Goddess deck. I haven't read from this one in a very long time. This one is very sweet. This one doesn't give cards in a way that can be considered abrupt or rude. This deck is very sweet with the readings. So we'll do the Goddess deck. Yeah, I've had a weird start to the week. Like I said, it wasn't a bad Monday. It was just a stressful Monday. I am learning my job, my new job, right? And when you learn things, you make mistakes. You make mistakes like crazy. Well, one of the things for me that I work on is I will tell you it's okay to make a mistake, but I won't allow myself to make the mistake. And when I make a mistake, I beat myself up forever about it. I am trying to change that mindset. And instead of looking at it as, I failed to do something correctly, I rather look at it as, I got to learn through experience. That puts a neutral feeling on that, doesn't it? It's neither, happy nor sad. It's just I learned through experience, Oh, Angelina, you're talking about the deck. As soon as I said it, yeah. The goddesses are very sweet with their readings. Okay. Angelina, I'm going to do first. I'm going to read your card first. The spine. My spine feels like achy. Like if I could pop it really good. When I'm trying to connect to your energy, I see a lot of just like these deep, cool colors like blue and purple and gray. And they're just very, very cool, deep colors. Keep popping through. You got the King of Cups. I believe we did this last time, didn't we? That was it you last week that also had a male come through their reading? I can't remember. You know, Angeline, you're right. Well, you've got the King of Cups. You've got the King of Cups. Let's see what words pop up for you. Ability to live one's ideals, combining artistic integrity with the needs of the marketplace. Someone who symbolizes these forces. I'm going to pull another card just so I can. It's not making complete sense to me. All right, this is someone who has influence over your finances. There's a word ideal that came with the first card. All right, and that word is sticking out in my head, ideal. And so I'm trying to figure out, what is this? Are you being offered an ideal career path? And there's someone that's older than you that is giving you advice. And this advice is valid advice. This advice will help you. The card that I picked after the Ten of Cups, right? Ten of Cups, was the Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. You see that tree? In my head, when I talk about someone giving you advice for a career path, in my head legitimately see you picking pentacles off of a tree. Like, depending on what advice they give you is which one you choose to pull first. You still have a choice. Like, they've given you advice, but you would still have like 3 choices in front of you. And you would need to still pick one based on that advice. And now I hear, these are all lessons you've learned before. Like, all these things, all this advice and everything, what's happening is you're being tested. You're trying to find out whether or not you've learned from previous. So how are you interpreting the advice? How are you interpreting the advice? That's what I want. That's what you need to think about. If somebody's giving you advice, how are you interpreting it? Are you seeing it for what it is? Okay. All right. Lydia, that works. That works. So, Angelina, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it is most definitely this older figure that has basically given you, here's options. Here are options for you. And you get to choose which option. You know? I hate the lag in chat because I'm sitting here like looking like, eh. You definitely know your I don't want to call it energy because it's a mix of like what you're saying in chat and then also just how the colors that I'm seeing around you. There's a lot of like inner turmoil right now, if that makes sense. You are you're just not in a stable place. It's not like it's the worst that you've ever been through, but it's certainly not the best. And there's a lot of chaos with it. Yes. Yes, and I think that's why this is the 10 of Pentacles came up was because you do have those choices and you do have the ability to make those choices now, whereas before you wouldn't have even seen the choices. You would have been like, "Oh, that's great advice. I can't take it." And now you hear the advice, and even though it's not exactly to your situation, you're able to learn and interpret and go, "Oh, I can learn from that." All right. As long as you know what to do, what's the plan? Right? That's all I say is if we know the plan, then we know where we're headed to. Oh, all right. Lydia, I know that she's out. I keep getting an echo for some reason in my I don't know if it's the little the paper holder I had to my right. Hey Lori, how are you? How are you doing? That's exactly it, Angelina. That is exactly it. You know, we live in a society that makes people feel like making a decision for themselves is selfishness. And that's not the case, you know? You live a life where you never make decisions that benefit you, and then what kind of life did you have, you know? You live with regret of things that you could have done differently, you know? Lori, you were on my mind earlier today. Just randomly, like I popped in and I was like, ooh, I wonder if Lori's gonna be in tarot. For those that are just watching this, there are certain regulars that have been here since literally day one. Literally day one, they have been regulars in chat, and so they have become like quasi family to me. It is quite all right as long as you're here. That's it. That's all that matters. All right, let's get to Lydia, and then I will do Lori. Lydia, my ears are muffling like I've got something in my sinuses. Um that's what it feels like. It feels sort of like I've got some kind of sinus thing. I'm very anxious. Got the 3 of staves in shadow. So let's see what your words have to say. And let's put something. I don't know, Lydia, your energy right now, it feels divided. Yeah, it feels divided. And it's not divided in just two. Like there are I keep seeing the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5. There's like 5 divisions, 5 things that have your focus and you are struggling to focus on just one. Let's see what the 3 of staves has to say. An enterprise about to accumulate in success. But this is in shadow. So, ambitious plans which may not be grounded in reality. A frustrating delay in receiving success. Yeah, everything's turned upside down for you. Looking over at the card, and you are legitimately ready to walk forward into the direction of what you consider a successful life. You're ready to do that. But some things have just pulled the carpet right out from underneath you and turned things upside down. And so right now you're stuck. You're not moving and you're just looking. Hold on. Yeah, you're just sitting there and you're looking. And things have your attention, but your attention is split. And so no one thing has your real attention. And you know that. And that's frustrating for you. Be patient. The fact that she's still looking at that success, she's still looking across to where she was headed. It's not that she's got her back turned to that. She is facing it still. It's just a moment. It's just a brief moment. And I know it feels like it's been a brief moment forever now, but it is truly a brief moment. There are things that you didn't learn. So there's going to be, right before you get into the thick of your success, there are going to be things that you need to be tested on before you get there. Consider this part of that. You're upside down right now. You need to right yourself. All right? How are you going to not be upside down, but right side up and looking forward again? How are you going to get yourself back up? That's what you need to be focusing on right now. What do I need to do to get myself back up? Okay? All right, Lori. It's your turn. It is your turn. Dun, dun, dun. I just saw as I'm shuffling the cards, I just saw one of my favorite cards. Because this is the goddess deck. There are some goddesses in here that are just beautiful. Beautiful. And one of them is the Zoyas. And I just think she's beautiful. All right. Lori. Oh, Lori, you're tired. Very tired. That's an understatement. Let's see where you are. Oh, no. You want to come out. Got it. You got the Ace of Pentacles in shadow. You're exhausted and hurting, yeah. Through like the rib cage. It's achy through the rib cage. It's achy right through here, right in here, and achy right in, like, not the sinus area, but right above the eyes, like a tension headache. That's what I'm feeling when I'm attaching to your energy. And the pentacles being upside down is just, I focused in on the roots of the tree. Even though you can't see the roots of the tree, you know they're under the ground. And that to me is a sign that I need to look there. I need to really look at the card and decide what am I trying to be told through this? If I'm looking at your underground roots, there is a strength that is going to have to be pulled soon. And it's literally going to come from your roots. You've got to pull every bit. And when I say roots, I'm not talking about like your past or anything like that. What I'm talking about is support system. You know, when a tree is in the ground, and that's why I see it in the ground. When a tree is in the ground, it is pulling nutrients from a lot of different sources, right? And that's what we're about to get to, is that you're about to need to pull in all the resources you have. All right. All the little roots that you have and that you've prepped, you're going to need to start pulling them in. And you're going to need to start using those as sources, right? It's like I see it as a winter, right? In the winter time, this is how my brain thinks. It's probably dead wrong. But this is how my brain thinks. In the wintertime, you know, there's no leaves, so the tree can't make its own energy, right? So it pulls from the root system to keep the tree alive. And that's what I think of as far as with your roots, is that you're pulling it in order to keep yourself not alive, but like with energy. There are people that you could pull in to help right now. And it's just, you don't want to be a bother. Be the bother. Use your roots, all right? Use your roots and you get more energy, all right? Take people up on the things that they offer. Don't tell them no. All right. Angelina, your daughter wants a reading? Okay. She's sitting on her left leg because her foot's going numb. Foot's going numb. Yeah. And I feel like this is happening. Like there's this curl to the back. Like, I don't know. All right. I smell orange oil. Not that it's a bad smell, it's just I smell oranges. All right. You got the King of Cups also, just like your mom, but it's in shadow. Okay. Hey, Amanda! How are you? Like I said, you got the King of Cups, however, it's in shadow. So I'm going to look at the words. Desire to have control over one's creativity. Need to stop dreaming and get to work. And that's that last part. Need to stop dreaming and get to work. You have many, 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 many plans. Many plans. You are, for whatever reason, I see a notebook. Like you've even written things in notebooks, right? You've never followed through. It's time to follow through. Pick one. Pick one. Even if it falls on its face. Even if it falls on its face. It was a worthwhile endeavor because you've learned something from it. So pick a project. Pick a project. All right? And run with it. Amanda! And Lori, get out of the house. Go. Go shopping. It's okay. You know what? Let them spoil you. Let them spoil you. You deserve it. You deserve it. All the kindness that you've put out in the world, you deserve it. Let them spoil you. Absolutely, Amanda. Angelina, both of you, you're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that the cards made a little bit of sense to you. All right, Amanda. Amanda, your energy's off. Your energy's off. I'm like this hurts right underneath my arm, but I also just kind of want to I just want to wring out my hands for some reason. Like I'm very nervous, very anxious. Yeah. Angelina, yes, I can. If they would like their cards, I will. Okay, so you are feeling off, Amanda. Okay. Because I'm like, this is some real nervous energy for some reason. Three of Cups. It's Maiden, Mother, and Crone on here. My brain immediately thinks that this nervousness is absolutely family related. Got it? Got it. So, Maiden, Mother, Crone on this, the Three of Cups, I'll show you, like, there's a Maiden, Mother, and the Crone is in the back. The Crone is in the back. Her cup is higher than others. I need to see what words pop out for you. A celebration involving women, possibly a wedding feast, peace between family generations, a reason to celebrate. And I know that sounds very odd right now, considering where your mom is, but this card, like now I can kind of get it. Yes, Angelina, I'm doing Amanda's cards right now. I will do Henry's after I get done with Amanda's. Amanda, what I think this card is saying is that this feeling that you have, the events that are happening right now, right? All of those things are going to culminate into some type of like generational peace. Like, as weird as it is right now, because like you said, she is trying to go through something on her own, in her own right. Like she is trying to make peace with things that are happening to her and holding on to the control wherever she can get it, right? Because when you feel out of control, you reach for whatever control you can get. I think through this situation, though, you will see this resolution, this peace that you might not have gotten before now. And the fact that this card is coming up and we do these weekly, I really have a strong feeling, Amanda, that this is going to happen this coming week. That this coming week it's going to be an argument. No doubt there's going to be a big argument, okay? But after the argument, everything is going to kind of fall into a place that it wasn't before. Okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's what this is. This is coming up this week. You guys are doing that this week? Because if that's it, then that's what this card is saying is like, yes, it validates your plan. So the card coming up, it's telling you that the event is happening, right? The fact that it shows up as an event that is actually going to occur, like there is a generational piece, for me, that signals that you're doing the right thing. But again, that's something you've got to make amends with in any way you can find. Sometimes we know things are the right things to do, but we don't like them. And it still hurts, you know? There are things that you have to do in life and they just suck. I think we're all working on that part. I think we're all working on just going, yeah, things are, okay. All right. Henry and then Alicia, how are you? You got in here before 8. I'm happy. I can finally read your cards. All right, Henry. Henry, my ears are muffling. Like I like yawning, like yawn and like when you yawn and your ears muffle. That's what it was like. So are you tired, Henry? I don't know why. I have no clue, but I see brown cowboy boots, like tan cowboy boots. I have no clue why. Let's see if the card will make sense. I just said I this was one of my favorite cards and it got pulled. You have the first appearance of the goddesses this evening. You have the Zoyas, which represents in the major arcana, it represents the sun. I just love that card because they are gorgeous. All right. An expansive, life affirming energy, creativity, relationship with children, fertility, love, masculine or yang energy. So the sun is creativity, like creativity amplified. And that's the word I keep. Henry, do you like to keep blocks up? Because that's what I see. Like, sometimes when I go to read people, they are things that like I start hitting on things that are right. And when I start hitting on things that are right, it freaks them out and they start putting up barriers, right? And so as I'm trying to read you, you throw up a barrier. And then I just stop reading you because to me, when you throw up a barrier, that's like you shutting the door in my face, and it's like, oh, okay, you don't want me to go any further. So it's like, are you sure you want me to read you, Henry? Are you sure? Um, Amanda, what'd you say? That's why I'm going. He's curious. Okay. He's curious, but he was throwing up those doors, right? All right. So the creativity part. Yes. So the creativity part is it's not what you think is art. Because a lot of times when we say creativity and people are like, I'm not an artist. No, they're not talking about art. The way that you interpret things, the way that you see the world around you is very unique to other people, right? And you know this about yourself. You know that you think of the world in a very I I would say the word creative because that's what it triggers in my brain. But for you, I think the term would be out of the box. Like you're an out of the box thinker, but most people don't peg you for being an out of the box thinker. So when you start giving ideas, people are like, "Dang, I didn't think of that." Right? This is where you shine. That's why it's the sun card. This is where you shine. This is the best part of not the best part, but one of the best parts of your personality. If someone has recently made you feel like that's not a good characteristic, they're outright lying to you and afraid, all right? Outright lying and afraid. This is one of an awesome skill to have, not only in business, which is where I think you've gotten the hint that it's not very good to be out of the box thinker, which is weird because for me, business is all nothing but out of the box thinking. Um, but I think that someone has along the lines made you feel like you just have to play by the rules and you can't always think of other points. Think of those points. Like I said, one of the best parts of your personality is how you think about the world and share them. Even if people don't like them, share them anyways. Got it? Alicia, guess what? We have the goddess deck. So it's going to be nice. It was even nice to Lydia. And you know how much they love to yell at Lydia almost on a weekly basis. The cards like to yell at Lydia. Hey, Ace! Oh my god! How are you, kiddo? Oh my god, I miss you guys so much. How are you doing? Oh, you're gonna make me cry. You have no clue. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not gonna cry. You're gonna cry. Not crying. Oh, okay. For everybody else that just saw me freak out and have no clue why, I quit teaching in January, the end of January. Ace was one of my kids. And I miss my kids. I don't miss the job. I miss my kids. Oh no, they're always during your work schedule. That sucks. Sketch. All right. Overall stressed. Who do I have to take out? Who am I taking out to the green swamp? Where are we going? Oh, all right. Oh, I have no clue who that is. All right. So let's see. I see somebody says they haven't seen me in 6 years, and I'm like, I have an older student. What? What? Is this like see my students night? What? All right. Ace, I'm gonna not Ace, Alicia. Got so overwhelmed by seeing all my kiddos. I was like, oh, forgot what I was doing. Final, you gotta tell me who you are. All right. Alicia. Alicia, do you have migraines? I ask because I have migraines, and one of the feelings like after a migraine is like my face feels bruised right about here, and that's what it feels like. It feels like it's bruised right here. You got the Two of Cups in shadow. So that tells me that there's some relationship turmoil. And it's not like let me get your word. I'm trying to figure out how it's being worded because there's a lot being said all at once. And I'm having a hard time pulling what the exact message is because there's so much being said. And so I'm trying to get the word so then I can hone in on what's going on because there's a lot. There's a lot being said. Okay, so you've got the Two of Cups in shadow. Disillusionment within a love relationship or close friendship, overindulging, infatuation. So I'm going to say disillusionment is the word that I'm getting. You thought this person was someone other than what they actually are. I just keep seeing magic tricks. That's because of disillusionment. Like, um, there was a lot of smoke and mirrors to get you to look one way while someone else did another thing. That's why I'm seeing the magician. There was a lot of smoke and mirrors going on. Um, and like I said, it says relationship. Relationships though aren't just like romantic relationships. This could be a relationship with a friend. Um, but it is a relationship that means something to you. As far as the work is concerned, it's not feeling like this card is not talking about your work. Um, this card is talking about the secondary event. Now, if you wanted to know specifically about your job, I feel like this secondary event, I keep coming back. All right. I need to know. I need to know. Let me just pull another card. Hold on. When I don't know for sure what to say to you or how to wrap the message, I'll pull another card. Okay, so this is the Nine of Pentacles, which makes more sense for your job, but it is in shadow. And it being in shadow, the imagery on the card is like she is releasing a dove in her hand or grabbing a dove. Dove for me symbolizes peace, right? The fact that it's upside down makes sense for what you're saying is that there's some turmoil, there's some unsureness, there is uneasiness in regards to money. So the words are overindulgence in material pleasures, guilt over having so much, inability to enjoy it. And what's sticking is overindulgence in material objects. Not because you have, but in order to answer the question about what do I do next, it's wanting you to look at what you can cut. If you're unhappy and you need to make a move, your guides are saying, okay, we got to do it with stability. You have to do it with stability. So in order to do it with stability, what can you cut? What can you cut? And then once you cut it, what kind of job? Right? Then that makes perfect sense why you got this one. That makes complete sense why you got that one now. Oh my gosh. Yes. So this right here is a smoke and mirrors thing. It wasn't what you thought it was, right? It wasn't what you thought it was. But in order to get out of it now, you need to figure out what you cut. Okay? Once you've looked at the things that you cut, what can you take then? Okay? That's what it's basically right now pointing you in the direction of. Ace, would you like a card in Final Phase, who's an older kiddo of mine? Would you like a card? You're welcome, Alicia. You're welcome. I was worried at first. I was like, this is not going to make sense to her. And I don't know what to say because this is really strong. They're like yelling at me. But I can't. Oh, Ashu wants a card. Oh, yes. Let's get Ashu a card. So when I connect to Ashu, there's like this weird thing. Like there's a part of them that is very excited, right? Like this is happening, right? But then there's this other part that just tries to play it really cool. Like it's whatever. I don't care. I know it's not fair that I know those things. I know. It's not fair. Final Phase. I will explain it in just a moment. All right, Ashu, the 9 of Staves. All right, staves are you think about it like a flashlight. All right, so staves are the flashlight. Staves are what help us guide us on our path, right? And you got the 9 of Staves, and in this card, she has something helping her along the path, and then she's got in the background other staves. She is looking for something. You've recently also switched the way that you've looked. You're looking for something yourself. And before you were using one method to find out information, and recently you've changed that method. You've left the old method behind you. All right. Staves. A pause in work to reconsider plans. Completion is so close yet so far away. Makes sense now. Got it. Okay. So that's it. That's you have put things on pause, right? But you're putting on pause to do more research, to look further into it, and that's exactly what you should be doing. All right. But you've left one area of research to go to another, if that makes sense. And don't question it. This is natural. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and your path in your card says yes. That's exactly it. All right. All right. Alicia, it finally dawned on you. I'm glad because I was really scared. Angelina, hey, my daughter didn't tell me if you were able to add my. Oh no, I have not added Suzanne to the queue. I have not added her, but I will. So, Ace, did you want a card? And final phase. Let's explain tarot very, very quickly. Tarot, the way that I read tarot is very different than the way anybody else's. And there were things that I couldn't tell you in class. The fact of the matter is that I can read tarot, and the fact of the matter is that I can feel people's energy. I know that sounds really weird, considering that you knew me as a teacher. So what happens during a tarot pull, if you could see, is that I try to feel what you're feeling. I try to feel where you are currently, and not just like physically, but like where are you in your head, right? And so I try to feel that, and I will pull a card based on what I feel. And that card will let me know what you need to know in order to be okay the next week. We do it bi-weekly. So it's just like, this is what you need to know for the week kind of thing. This is what to look for kind of thing. Or some people have questions and they're doubting stuff. And so I pull a card and the card will tell them, hey, you're right for thinking what you're thinking. Do it. You know, that's kind of what this is. Is it real? You get to decide that. You get to decide that. What I tell everybody about tarot is not a fortune thing. Like I can't see your complete future. Cannot. Tarot is like you've got a little lantern in a dark forest, right? And you can see your path in front of you with that little lantern, but you can't see all the things in that forest. You have to use your other senses for it. That's with tarot. It's just the lantern. That's all. So, if you'd like me to pull you a card, I will. If not, welcome to the chat. Enjoy. Just like chill and see what everybody else is going through. All right. When Ace decides to come back and answer, because I haven't gotten an answer from Ace yet, I will pull Ace a card then. But Suzanne, let's get you a card. I don't know. Did you guys just eat dinner? Like, I got a feeling of, I don't know if it's a feeling of full, like I am full of happiness, or like I'm full from a good meal, but that's what it's like. I see the color like crystal blue and white. Oh, you got two that wanted to come out. All right. And you have the second appearance of a goddess tonight. So you have Diana in shadow. And Diana represents the moon and the major arcana. And then you also got the Eight of Staves that is not in shadow. Again, staves are torches. It's going to illuminate something that you need to have illuminated. The major arcana are typically major life cards. So let's look at the moon in shadow. Feeling as changeable as the moon. Discomfort with intuition. That's it. Discomfort with intuition. You don't know if you can trust this happiness that you're feeling. Okay, so happiness is the wrong word. Okay, I'm sorry. Happiness is the wrong word. But you're unable to figure out this feeling, right? You're unable to decide whether or not this is real for you. What exactly situation are we at? Well, that's the Eight of Staves. So let's look at the Eight of Staves. But right now, you absolutely, in any part of your life right now, you do not trust your decision. You do not trust your decision, and you need to. So, sudden communications, unexpected telephone calls, surprise letters, energetic movement, unexpected telephone calls. So, you've gotten, no, you have not gotten, you will be getting an unexpected telephone call. So, why do I have the moon with the unexpected telephone call? Oh, you got to trust yourself. You're going to be asked to make a knee jerk decision. A knee jerk decision. And you've got to trust that you made the right one. That's it. Juby! What's up? So, Susanna, when that telephone call comes, whatever you decide to go with, have confidence in it. Trust your intuition. All right? And you need to start trusting your intuition more often. Jeez, come on. All right? Yes. Yes, people tell us all the time you should have done this. You should have done that. Yeah, I know I should have, but I didn't. Thank you. Right? I did me, and it's fine. That's what you're going to do. Juby, you are not too late. We've got like 3 minutes. I guess I'm not going to get to Ace because I didn't hear Ace whether or not. Final phase, absolutely. I would love to know which former kiddo of mine this is. Did I have you for senior year, or did I have you for a junior or sophomore year? There we go. There's a question that'll help me. Like 6 years ago, I'm thinking AP. I'm thinking AP. Did I have you for AP? I was a sub. That's longer than 6 years ago, dude. That's way longer. Oh my goodness. Was it way longer? Let me think. 2020. Yeah, because I've been a teacher for like a permanent 9-10 years. That's how much you can remember. All right, see, I understand this now. I completely understand this. Were you one of my comic book kids? I had a few of those, and those are, I'm like, Gia! Oh my gosh! How are you? Oh my goodness. All right, let's get Juby, and then I continue talking to Gia. All right. Juby, I don't know. It's not that you have a block up. It's not you that has a block. Hold on. Someone's trying to throw static in front of you. Like, it legitimately looks like static. Because you wanted to know about your money. You wanted to... Okay. All right. You got the Ace of Pentacles. So the question that's in your head right now had to do with stability. Am I correct? Okay. you've got the Ace of Pentacles, and that static is they're not wanting you to have this answer. Anytime the Ace gets pulled in tarot, that's I get this. This is mine, right? Ace of Pentacles, this means the money's yours. All right. As far as being able to financially take care of things, that's not a worry. It will continuously be yours. So stability is there. Stability is there. Amanda, you work with the Triple Goddess? That's who I worked with for the well, I can't say worked with. I never worked with a deity. I did admire deities, but I never actually worked with deities until very recently. Within the last year is when I found out like I was being courted by Bridget, and I was like, what is this? Why am I picking up seaweed over? What's going on? No. This is actually Juby. It's saying that you will have the money. You're fine. You're fine. Will things be tighter? Obviously, yes. But it's there. You have the stability. You made me a gift? No. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Absolutely. Oh. Don't be worried. Don't be worried. Whenever we're doing things that serve our higher power, our higher purpose, should I say, it will be difficult. There will be challenges because it is serving our higher purpose, right? It is serving us to learn from mistakes, that kind of thing. So even on a trip that is good, you might have a flat once in a while, right? But your cards are right now saying it might just need a little air in the tire. That's it. You're okay. You'll keep trucking. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see it, Juby. Can't wait. And final, so you've been doing good. Good. I miss all my kids. You saw my reaction when Ace came up, and now Gia, you're here. Like, I think almost daily of my students. I do. And I still call them my students even though I don't teach anymore. I still call them my students. And somebody asked me like, okay, so you miss your kids a lot. Do you not like your new job? I'm like, no, I love my new job. I really love my new job. But I miss the kids. I did a lot of good, I think, with kids, and especially with what Florida's doing now. And I worry. I'm going to try to say this without getting emotional. Because that's something I'm working on, is trying not to get emotional. I worry with what Florida is doing right now that we are going to have a lot more suicidal children than they're prepared to have. Because when you tell a kid, we can't talk about who you are, they feel like they're not wanted. And I didn't want any of my babies to ever feel like they weren't wanted. And I know that if I was still teaching right now, I'd probably lose my job. You know, I worry about the state of Florida's kids. I do a lot. But I am very happy to be out of teaching, and I do not have the stress that I did. When I get sick, I work from home so I can still do my job, and I do my job very, very well. I'm still learning, so I'm making mistakes. but I do it well. I make mistakes with grace and charm. Anyways, all right, let's get our let's get our guiding card of the week and stop me from rambling about how much I miss my kids. That's what I do. I miss my kids. But hey, Gia, I'm in real estate now. You know, if you need somebody to help you buy a house or sell a house, let me know. I work for a realtor. All right, let me know. I ain't even kidding. Send me a message. The furthest I could remember is when you showed us your music, and I was surprised. Now, see, right? People would not think that I listened to OTEP. Not at all. It's okay. You see the hair color now, right? This has been the last 4 or 5 years. 3 years for green, and then I had mermaid hair at one point. All right, let's do our guiding card of the week. Let's see what we need to take with us. All right. What do we need to think about for next week? Okay. We got fortune in shadow. So why? Why do we have fortune in shadow? I do not like this. I do not like this. Feeling pessimistic, disappointed, unexpected endings or beginnings. Ew. 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 Rough week. That's what we have. You know what though? No, we're not going to have a rough week. We're going to change this outlook right now, right? And that's the cool part of tarot, right? I can see this coming. I can see that I'm going to be an Oscar the Grouch all week. Nay, not happening. Not going to do it. Not going to be an Oscar the Grouch all week. I'm going to find my joy. This card has allowed me to go, you know what? Things are going to be bumpy. So I'm going to place pieces of joy throughout my week. That's what I'm going to do. You know, I find it true happiness in crafting, right? Tomorrow, first crafting session live, right? I finish one of those projects up there live and then ship it off to somebody, right? That's going to bring me so much joy. I get to hang out with you guys again and I get to make stuff while doing it. Heck yeah. All right. So this is not going to be a bad week. We're going to place joy purposely into our week. All right, my lovelies. All right, my lovelies. Remember, be happy, be safe, and know that I love you. All right? I absolutely love you. And I appreciate you hanging out with me every Tuesday. All right? All right. Night, everyone.